What's going on, everybody? This is my first vlog, so I'm very excited, and I have something I want to share with you. I recently went to a friend's house, and he was watching TV. Now, everyone does that, obviously, but he was watching a movie, and he was watching a scary movie. And I don't normally like to watch scary movies, and it's not because they're too scary for me, it's because a lot of deaths in those scary movies could have been avoided if you actually had smart people in that situation. Okay? So he was watching this movie called Quarantine, and by the time I got there, he was at the part where this 60-year-old lady just ripped out this guy's neck, who happened to be a police officer, and the police officer's partner was like, oh my god, blah blah blah. So they have their guns drawn, and they're like telling this lady to calm down, and she's standing there, and she's like and she has blood going down her chin, okay? Just shoot the lady! Kill her! Her eyes are red. Her eyes are red. She has blood dripping down her face because she just ripped your partner's jugular out of his neck, okay? And she has on a white dress and there's blood everywhere, and she's breathing and she's panting. You kill that lady! And they didn't kill her until she ran at them going, ah! Then popped her 2 shots, and then, they thought she was dead. But if you haven't seen the movie, I hate to worry you, or I hate to give it up, but she wasn't dead, okay? Now, what I want to know is tell you what I would have done, but I want to hear what you guys would have done if you were put in a situation. I want to hear your feedback, and I want to hear everything you guys would have done, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, or if you think I'm crazy, okay? This is what I would have done. I would have walked in, I would have saw that lady ripping some dude's throat out, I would have shot her twice, and I would have smashed her head with the fireman's sledgehammer. And that brings another point. That fireman, I wish he would have survived. No one survives in this movie. I wish that dude would have survived, because he was the one who was finally like, you know what, F this shit, I'm going to smash everybody with my sledgehammer and make sure they're dead so they don't get me. So, the movie goes on, blah, blah, blah. People are getting infected because they're getting bit, because they don't want to kill the people who are infected because they're too wimpy to do so. So the people who are infected but haven't turned into crazy rabies-infested, blood-sucking, neck-biting people yet are kind of changing, and they're like, well, we don't want to kill you, and then that person ends up changing, and obviously the person changes when they least expect it, because then that person runs out and is like, ah, and kills you. My favorite part was this woman had a daughter, and she was sick, and they realized, that's a sickness that's going around, and the daughter has it too. And so the daughter's on the woman's arm, and they're like, give us your daughter because she's sick. And she's like, no, not my baby, not my baby. The little girl then friggin' bites her throat and then runs up the stairs screaming. So the police officer and the fireman and the camera dude, which, by the way, the camera guy is the coolest guy in the whole movie. I wish he survived too. There's a sweet part where they get attacked. It's the camera guy and the reporter. And the camera dude's smashing this woman in the face with his camera. And you see the whole movie through his point of view. So you see the camera boom, 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 just smashing her face. It's great. But he's all freaked out, cleans the blood off. So they chase this little girl upstairs, and they find her, and she's standing there. She's totally still. It's the creepiest little girl I ever saw in my life. Okay, you shoot that girl. You kill her. You don't go near her. And the stupid cop, the other guy, was like, come here, little girl. Give me your hand. And she goes, ah! Bites his neck, and he's kibbing out on the ground. And when they got up there was a little dog in the movie. And as they're walking in the room, you see pieces of this little dog. Which you're why is that dog in pieces? Because that old lady who they shot twice and should have smashed her head in the beginning runs out of a closet and he's jumps out, and then the fireman just kicks her and then smashes her on the ground, and you don't see it, but you see him sledgehammer her head and she's done. Okay? Scary movies in general. If you ever catch, people say, yeah, you don't know what you would have done if you were in that situation. Alright, you're in a apartment complex with people who are biting each other in the neck, and it's called quarantine because the whole building is quarantined off, is that if you open the door, there are snipers outside to shoot you in the head, to kill you. So they knew something was going on. In that situation, I think a lot of you would probably kill the people who were infected, keep everybody in a room, because there's always that one douchebag, which there was in this movie, who goes in the elevator to go back up to his room and dies and ends up causing more infections because he doesn't want to stay with the group. Kill him too. That's how I feel. If you don't feel the same way, I don't know what to tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.